you doing? What's going on? I'm your host, Jake Letizia, and this is the podcast where I look into a camera and I talk to myself. How you doing? How's it going? My dog is officially in the bedroom, dude. She does not want to hear me fucking talk about anything, dude. Last week I thought that maybe the sultry sounds of my voice, the shrill, whistly sounds of my voice, I thought somehow they had a mesmerizing effect on my dog and put her directly to sleep. But it turns out that this week when I started to record, she left the room immediately. Almost as if to say, hey, man, I can't hear another hour of that fucking dog shit. And I was like, hey, dog, was that meant as a pun? You called it dog shit? Are you fucking hitting me with puns? Are you shitting all over me and hitting me with puns at the same time? And my dog was like, bro, bark, 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 get the fuck away from me. My dog was like, I don't know what a pun is, but you suck. Go in the other room and say a bunch of garbage. How you doing? Hope you had a good Valentine's Day weekend. Hope if you're in love, you took somebody out and you had a great time. If you weren't in love, I hope you stayed home and took care of business for yourself, dude. I hope you loved yourself in whatever way you see fit. I hope you bought yourself something, you jerked your little dingle, whatever you needed to do to not be so goddamn alone you wanted to shoot yourself in the head. I hope you did it, dude. I hope you survived Valentine's Day, dude. I hope every depressed guy, this isn't a bit. Because I've been there. I've been there on Valentine's Day looking at every couple being like, God damn, dude, I got nobody and maybe it's time to check out. I hope every guy who thought about checking out this weekend decided not to. Instead, I hope they picked up a fucking new video game, bro. I hope they bought goddamn Elden Ring, dude. I hope they New Game Plus Elden Ring and decided, you know what? I don't need a woman. I'm a fuck with Millennia, dude. Why do I need to fuck a real woman? I'm going to fight Millennia with a greatsword. Fuck that shit, dude. I'll find the love of my life eventually. Until then, me and Millennia are going to dance, dude. Dude, Valentine's Day, it's not about being in a relationship, dude. It's just about you feeling not alone, dude. That holiday is built to make you feel like you got nothing. So all you got to do is make sure you got something. Doesn't matter if you're hanging out with the boys. Doesn't matter if you're flirting at a bar. Doesn't matter if you're in your house trying to save Mary Jane from Doc Ock. It doesn't matter what you're doing, dude. Just make sure you don't feel like that tonight's the night to buy that gun and do the deed, dude. Okay? Your main goal on Valentine's Day, if you're alone and very depressed, is to, instead of trying to figure out if there's an amount of Tylenol you could take to not wake up, instead of thinking about that, you're just thinking about, holy shit, bro, I can't believe how good Sekiro is, dude. Sekiro exists, bro? Who needs love, dude? I love this video game. Yeah, dude. I hope you had a good weekend. I had a good time. I had a good Valentine's Day with my girlfriend. But I've had lonely ones without her, bro. Also, Valentine's Day, Saturday night, that must have been rough, dude. For everyone who was single out there, that must have been sad as fuck, dude. Holy shit. Dude, you know what's crazy about Valentine's Day? It's the one day of the year that women do not give a fuck about gender roles in society. A weekend, Friday or Saturday, Valentine's Day is a day in which women go, I don't care that societally men are supposed to come up to me. I'm walking up to every guy I see and I'm fucking somebody, dude. I remember one Valentine's Day was a Friday night and me and two other guys were sitting in a booth. No, it was me and two or three other dudes sitting in a booth, and two women approached our whole booth and started spitting game. And then they sat in the booth, and this girl who I should have been approaching starts trying to figure out how to take me home, dude. And I'm like, God damn, the feeling of loneliness is a powerful drug, dude. Being lonely can really get you to be more confident than you'll ever be. The societal pressure of Valentine's Day will turn women into Riz lords, bro. Saturday Valentine's Day is the night of Riz for the women. I'm telling, if you were out at the bars this past Saturday, you know exactly what I'm talking about, bro. It's the one, dude. If you're afraid of talking to women, that's the one night where you can just live your life and something might happen. I'm telling you right now, if you're a guy who's like, I don't even know what I should say, just go out on a Friday or Saturday night on Valentine's Day. You don't need to know what to say, dude. She will fill in the blanks for you. She cannot afford to go home alone, dude. She doesn't want to. Unless she does, and then chill. I'm realizing as I'm saying this, I'm like, you know what, dude? I can't speak in too much. I can't speak in too aggressive of generalizations, because there will be somebody who's like, hey, I heard a podcast where a guy said that women have to take a guy home on Valentine's Day. That's not what I'm saying, dude. I'm just saying women they give less of a fuck on Valentine's Day in my experience, dude. And I get it, dude. I get it, because our society is set up in a way in which it's more normal and it's more expected for men to approach women. So if you're a woman who's fucking all alone and then a holiday comes around where you're like, where it's like, yo, you should be in love, you fucking moron. If a holiday like that rolls around and you're a woman who it's been told to you it's out of your hands, you just gotta let somebody find you. That's the day where you say, fuck that idea, fuck the holiday, I'm finding somebody tonight, dude. If you're gonna shame me, bro, I'm gonna show you I can fuck, dude. I'm gonna show you that I can, if I flip the script, I can fuck 6 guys tonight. Dude, that's why if you're lonely on Valentine's Day and you want to kill yourself, don't just go to a bar, dude. Just go to a bar and just be normal and wait. And I swear to God, dude, there will be a woman who feels wronged by the world who will make you not want to kill yourself. You might find the love of your life that way, dude. It's the perfect recipe to stay alive. Is a Saturday night Valentine's Day. It's women who are mad that they're hot and nobody has tried to wife them up, and it's dudes who are so sad that every woman they spoke to decided not to do anything with them, or dudes who are just so afraid to talk to any woman. It's perfect, dude. It's the one day where women are like, fuck it, I'm going to talk to somebody. Which shouldn't be just that day, by the way, dude. Dude, it's crazy how, like, the societal pressure of dating really just goes into the DNA of us. I don't like that, dude. Dude, beautiful women who are having a hard time dating that I've been friends with, they'll be talking to me like they don't know what to do, and always my advice is like, you should just approach people. And they're all like, I don't want to do that, because they've been told that they shouldn't have to. But it's like, you're gonna find someone better if you do that, dude. I have rarely ever approached people, okay? Because here's the thing too, you got to find the thing that works for you and just stick to it. And I've never been a good cold approach person. I'm a person who, if somebody ends up speaking to me and it makes sense naturally, then I'll carry the conversation as long as we can possibly go. And the person will let me know with a look away, with a frown instead of a smile at something I said. There will be indications of like, this isn't going well, or indications of like, this is going very well. But I'm bad at the cold approach. I need a way in. And So that if that's your method, that's your method. That's how you get there, dude. But there's women who like, dude, there's nothing better because as a man, you're expected to kiss first. There's nothing better than a woman kissing you, like saying fuck that and just kissing you, dude. Saving you from the tension of a first kiss, dude. It's the best. It's awesome, dude. You're on a first date and it's going well and you're like, I gotta kiss her at some point, but the person, because also sometimes people, I've had people I went on dates with where like it was going well, but the person just didn't know how to, like, the person just didn't know how to be flirty. And so I was like, all right, this seems like it's going well platonically, but I don't think she wants to kiss me. And then I find out later she did want to kiss me. And it's like, bro, I can't, if you're a person who people keep telling you like, hey, I can't really read if you want to kiss me, you should just get in there, dude. Just fucking give them a smooch, bro. If you're loving someone's fucking energy, if you're thinking to yourself, I want to fuck this person, I don't care if you're the man, the woman, I don't care who you are on the date, if you feel compelled, you move forward and you kiss the person on the fucking face, dude. You go 90, they go 10, no matter who you are. In Hitch, that's good advice. You go 90, they go 10, but fuck the gender part of it. If you're a woman, go 90, dude. He'll go 10. Dude, I've been on so many dates being like, I wish she went 90, bro. I wish she would just go 90 right now so I know to go 10, dude. Because right now we're both at 10 and no one's closing the distance. And I feel like I'm saying things that speak for distance to be closed. Dude, sometimes you're at 10 and you keep going to 50 and she's going to 20 and then you go to 60 and then she goes back to 10 and you're like, well, I got to go back now. And it's like, bro, and then you find out the next day, hey, why didn't you kiss me? Hey, your percentages were fucked up, dude. Fix your percentages, bro. If you want to get kissed, you got to match the percentage. Dude, that's why I always bring up the kiss. I have to. Because I get so fucking anxiety induced. I get so stressed out if I don't. Like, I'll bring up early in the date, like, well, I'm going to, damn, this is going so well. I think we might have to kiss later. I'll literally say that, dude. And then she'll either be like, huh? Dude, if you're nervous about first kisses on a date, just do this, dude. Early in the date, not early in the date. If it seems like it's going well, if it seems like you're being flirty, if in your brain you're like, I think this woman wants to kiss me, just say, damn, this is going so well, I think we might have to kiss later. And if she looks at you and goes, what? Then don't do it. Then keep flirting and then maybe bring it up again later and then maybe you'll kiss. Or she'll go, I guess we'll see how the rest of this goes. Or she might be like, yeah, we might definitely have to do that. If she says, hey, we might definitely have to do that, then you could be like, well, why wait till the end? Give her a... Dude, people will try and tell you that, like, asking about stuff or, like being that upfront is not good. They've never fucked a woman. They never fucked a woman once in their life, dude. Because people are always like, what do you mean? I'm going to ask a girl if I can kiss her? It's like, you don't have to directly ask. Be suave, dude. Figure it out, dude. Figure out a way to say it that's not directly asking, okay? That's what people mean when they're like, ask. It's like, bring it up in a cute way and see how they react to it. It doesn't mean go, I want to kiss you. Which some people do, and it works sometimes. What I'm saying is find the strategy that works for you and don't kill yourself, dude. That's what I'm saying, bro. Find what works for you. Play Elden Ring and dance with Melania until you're ready to talk to a woman. And then if it's going well, you float the kiss idea, dude. If you're super stressed like me, you float it out there, dude. Sorry, I was just checking the time on when the camera's going to go out. What's up, Valentine? Valentine, I'm talking about my past dating, dude. I'm not talking about currently, bro. I'm gonna have a girlfriend, dude. I'm not trying to. Valentine pulled up. I was talking about dating and kissing women, and Valentine walked in like, bro, you live with my mom. Bro, you live with my mom, dude. What are you talking about? You talking about smooching other women? No, dude. I'm trying to tell people who fucking wanted to kill themselves on Valentine's Day like that, you don't have to, okay? Valentine, why are you licking what are you licking the ground, dude? What are you doing right now? What are you licking up? This dog's crazy, dude. But anyway, yeah. Yeah. So I had a good Valentine's Day. Watched the movie Eternity, bro. That's a good movie, dude. Dude, I thought that movie was going to suck ass, bro. But instead, I watched Eternity, and I fully cried, dude. I don't give a fuck. I cried, bro. Me and my girlfriend fucking sobbed at the end of that movie. That movie was beautiful and sad and joyful. Dude, that movie had me crying hysterically sad, and then 20 minutes later crying hysterically psyched and happy as hell, dude. I've never had a movie fucking hit me in the gut that hard. But then again, it was like very attuned to mine and my girlfriend's relationship. Like the two characters in that movie, it was like they were very much us, and because it's I don't know, I don't want to spoil the movie. Go see Eternity. It just came out on Apple TV. Maybe I'll talk about it in like 2 weeks or something. I don't want to spoil shit because nobody fucking saw this thing, dude. Dude, no offense, but I don't know. I don't know the box office numbers, but I'm willing to put my life on the line. I'm willing to go out on a limb and say Eternity didn't do very well. But I hope it did, because when I watched it on streaming, it was sick as fuck. And I feel bad, dude. Dude, I feel so bad when I wait for a movie on streaming and it's really good, and then I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm the reason the theaters are going to die. I'm the reason they're already dying and why they won't exist in 4 years. And I don't want to be that. But also, I don't want to move. I don't want to be the reason something I love is going away. But also, me and my girlfriend have different we have different times when we want to leave the apartment, and they often do not match up, and so that makes it very hard to see movies in theaters. When I was solo, I would go whenever I felt like it, but now there are elements of my life that need to get dealt with, and so I can't just get there, dude. And then people who are my age right now, who like, dude, like when I was in my 20s, I would see movies constantly. Like every fucking day, I would see a different movie, and I just feel like people that age right now, they're not doing that, dude. They are not doing that at all, bro. If anything, they're like, I don't even know what the fuck a movie is, dude. I don't know what you're Marty Sahu, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? Dude, my friend was telling me about this trip he went on, this horrible family vacation, and he grew up in New York City, and I grew up in New York State, and so when he sang this horrible vacation, it's very reminiscent of horrible vacations with my family, and then I just go, wait, so where were you? Like, where did you guys go on vacation? He goes, oh, it was just like a beach vacation. I go, where was it though? He goes, Cape Cod. Dude, why is every bad family vacation at Cape Cod? Why is that, dude? Why is it that every person I know who grew up in New York has a story about a horrible family vacation where their parents yelled at each other and them the whole time, and it always, you find out it was at Cape Cod, dude. Cape Cod, the worst place in the world. Dude, Cape Cod is such a your dad's vacation. It's like your dad convinces your mom that she's going to enjoy bringing the whole family there. And then you all get there and you're like, this is just a beach town that's always cloudy somehow. Like every time my family went to Cape Cod, like the weather was supposed to be good, and then all of a sudden rain clouds the whole time. And you get to the beach. I mean, I could be wrong, but my recollection is we went to the beach and no one was really there and the water was really cold. I don't know if my parents just planned poorly or if Cape Cod is always like in a Tim Burton movie, dude. Maybe Cape Cod just kind of exists as like a Tim Burton beach town that no one should really be at, but for some reason your dad really wants to go, dude. Your dad is psyched about Cape Cod and you don't even know why, dude. He doesn't like driving. He doesn't like going on vacation. But for some reason, he's like, we really need to stay in a hotel that's not that good next to a beach that's cold and bad. And we need to go to a restaurant in which you're going to cough at. And I'm going to yell at you because I think you're coughing as a bit. Dude, that's what happened on vacation in Cape Cod. Me and my brother were like kind of sick. And so we were both coughing at dinner, and my dad read into it too much, and he started yelling, and then he ripped us out of the restaurant, and was yelling at us in the car. And me and my brother were like, "I don't think we were trying to fuck with you, but I'm sorry that it came off that way." Like I wish, as like an 8-year-old boy, I had the words to be like, I understand how that looked, and maybe we were leaning into our coughs a bit, but we weren't trying to get you so angry we left dinner. We weren't trying to do that, dude. I swear to God, as an 8-year-old boy, I don't have the capacity to think that far ahead. My brother was coughing. I feel sick. I kept coughing. We both were coughing a lot. That was kind of the beginning and end of it. My dad would always put psychologically too much into what we were doing as kids. Like he always thought we were like fucking with them. At the age when we didn't have the capacity to fuck with them yet. Like somehow my dad, when we were 14 and 15 and we were actually fucking with them, he had no idea it was happening. But when we were 8 years old, he was like, these kids are trying to fucking make me crazy. These kids know exactly what they're doing. And it's like, we didn't, dude. We didn't. Dude, my dad was always wrong about when I was fucking with him. And he was always angry in such a way. Dude, when Michael Jackson died, I found out and I ran into my house and I said to my dad and my mom, I was like, Michael Jackson's dead. Woo, he's dead. Because I believed him to be, you know, an Epstein guy. I believed him to be what's known now as an Epstein guy before people knew he was an Epstein guy. I thought like that guy's definitely a PDF file, pedophile. I thought, you know, I was like, this guy definitely did have sex with those kids, which people still deny to this day. But like, I don't know, man. He's next to the guy, you know. I feel like every person who's accused of pedophilia, and people have argued about it, like whether they're guilty or not for ages and ages, I feel like they're all in the Epstein files. Like they're all in there, dude. Like every guy, dude. Woody Allen's his best friend, dude. Michael Jackson's in tons of photos, dude. It's like, bro, could when there's smoke, there's fire be any more poignant right now? Could there be a better phrase at this moment? Anyway, when Michael Jackson died, I ran the house and was like being a little shit where I was like cheering because, you know, I was told and believed he was a pedophile. And my dad was like, why are you saying that? Don't say that. And I was like, what? He's like, don't say stuff like that. And I'm like, he's dead though. And then on the TV, it came up that he was dead. And my dad was like, oh, okay. I didn't know he was actually dead. What? Even if I was making that up, why are you so mad? It's not that crazy of a bit. My dad was like, you don't pretend anyone's dead. My dad's got superstition where he's like, he thinks that if you pretend something, it's gonna happen to him. Like if you say something about like, oh shit, you hear that airplane went down and it didn't really happen? He thinks an airplane's going to fly into our house 3 seconds later. He really, for a guy who believes in Christianity and thinks karma doesn't exist, he believes in karma very heavily, dude. He's very superstitious like that. If you say something like I hope you make a lot of money on the stocks you just bought, my dad will be like, "Don't shut up. You hope I make a lot of money, I'm going to make nothing." But yeah, dude, every bad trip is in Cape Cod. It's crazy. It's a bad town. It's a bad place. I wouldn't recommend it, dude. Mohegan Sun and Cape Cod are like the places your dad needs to go. And I've never been to Mohegan Sun, but it just sounds like an old man's Atlantic City. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like Atlantic City for people who don't want to drive that far. Am I wrong or am I right on that? Honestly, Mohegan Sun and Atlanta and Cape Cod should advertise like that. They should be like, "Hey, are you a dad? This place is for you." If are you a dad who hates every beach you've ever been to? We got a bad one for you. Do you want to gamble your kid's college fund, but you don't want to drive 4 hours? Boy, do we have a place for you. Give us all your money and have less of a drive to think about it here at Mohegan Sun. All right, that's it for the first half. I'll see you guys in the second half. Yo, what's up? I'm back, dude. I'm back. I'm going to take a little photo of my dog, where my dog is right now, because it's cute. And it seems to be the thing we do every pod now. Just take a photo of my dog as she finds a place to chill while I say a bunch of nonsense. That's nothing, dog. Dude, my dog always freaks out when she hears something in the hallway because the doors and walls in this building are thin as fuck, dude. It's like plywood, bro. It's crazy, dude. This building is like, it's like so nice looking, but everything inside of it. Valentine, it's fine. She hears dogs barking in the hallway and she starts whining. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Go back down. Sit. Lie down. Chill out, dude. Yeah, dude. Anyways, I mean, speaking of my dog, dude, me and my dog are on the same shit cycle, bro. Did you know that? Did you know that could happen? Dude, my dog had like crazy diarrhea. And then that night, I also had crazy diarrhea. And then the next day, my poops were good and her poops were good. And I was like, God damn, dude, I didn't know you could share a poop cycle with your pooch, dude. I didn't know you could hit that double P, bro. I didn't know the pooch poop cycle could be connected to yours, dude. People talk about how dogs match your energy, right? Like if you have a certain intensity, your dog matches that intensity. I didn't know that if your dog had a certain shit that you would match his shit, dude. I didn't know you could match your bowel movements like that. I had no idea, bro. But me and the pooch, we're double dropping the same kind of deuce. You know what I'm talking about? Damn, dude, this apartment gets messy as hell, bro. This apartment just gets covered in that diarrhea, dude. Every time my dog gets sick, bro, I follow suit and we fucking cover this place in garbage, bro. Don't bite the couch, dude. She's biting the couch. She's getting revved up, hearing me talk about me and her shitting. Anyway, all right. Now that you're appropriately disgusted. Bro, dude, Die Antwoord, you guys know that band? They're stuck in my head. They've been stuck in my head for a minute because there was a YouTube documentary that I found the other night that was talking about how they're straight up pedophiles, dude. Yeah, dude. So now that song, I Think You Freaky and I Like You a Lot, it's stuck in my head because of their crimes. Dude, isn't it sad that like that? I feel like that is so much of life now, dude. It's like, oh, R. Kelly is a huge piece of shit. God damn it. I Think You Can Fly will not leave my head. Dude, that's why it's so funny when people are like, yo, these artists, they did terrible things, so we can't listen to the music. And it's like, bro, I don't want to, but just that song was so catchy that just bringing them up got it in my fucking head, dude. It's like McDonald's, dude. If you say the word McDonald's, I'm going to buy a Big Mac. I don't want the Big Mac, but you said the words, dude. That's how catchy I Believe I Can Fly is. I Believe I Can Fly is that just when you say R. Kelly's name, you're like, I hate that song, but I'm gonna put it on, dude. Like, I don't even like I Think You Freaky that much, but the lyrics keep coming out of my face because I was watching an hour-long documentary where the whole time I went, God damn, these guys are pieces of shit and I don't like them. I think you freaky and I like you a lot. That's why it's not like, it's funny because it's like people, it's not really an endorsement. It's like an itch, dude. It's a muscle memory thing. It's like I was fully being like, I hate these guys. I never want to listen to them again. But those lyrics are going to go through my fucking brain a million times. Honestly, maybe that's why a lot of them. No. I was gonna say that maybe that's why a lot of fucked up people get into music, because they know the earworm of it all will make you have to listen to their music well past them doing terrible things that makes them hate you. That makes you hate them. I don't know. But it's more and more of that, dude. Dude, it's so crazy, dude. Those files, baby. Dude, those files are crazy, baby. I know everyone's been talking about Pam Bondi, but I mean, I guess I gotta jump on that too. It was one of the darkly funniest things I've ever seen. Is her talking about the Dow Jones when being asked about, hey, how come you guys aren't investigating all these pedophiles? Oh, dude. People have been talking about satire being dead for a minute, but for me, that was the real moment where I was like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we got to get pretty crazy to make fun of anything now. Dude, that is the funniest thing ever. I can't believe that is real life, dude. Just watching her. It's so funny that when she's talking about the Dow Jones and to obfuscate a question about why haven't you investigated these billionaire pedophiles, it's so obviously funny that the people in the room were laughing at her, and she said, "Why are you laughing? I don't know why you're laughing." Bro, you know why they're laughing, dude. Dude, if we've gotten to the point where reality is so funny, you laugh out loud as it's happening in front of you, we need to all come together and be like, we need to fix this shit. If the people in the courtroom are laughing at her, dude, if I'm laughing at home with the people in the courtroom, we both need to get together and fire her and find these pedophiles and clean slate the whole thing, dude. I think we need a fundamental restart. I think if these parties are going to continue, we have to purge them a little bit, dude. That's the thing to me of like, because Bill Clinton keeps being like, I'll go on the stand but they don't want me to. It's like, bro, you can set that up yourself, dude. You could fully dude, you're about to die, dude. Just go on camera and talk about and just admit to everything you did, dude. Just admit to all of it. Admit to all of it on tape and send it to a court that is trying to find justice. And if they steal it and fuck with it, just release it to the public, dude. Release that tape to the public. Post it on 8 million YouTube channels. Like, bro, it seems like you did some terrible shit. Just cop to it. You're about to die, dude. You're 99 years old. I don't know if that's true, but you look it, dude. You look like tomorrow you're dying. Don't let the evidence in your brain die with you. fucking speak up, dude. I'm not going to give you credit for flexing that you could do something. Do something, dude. Especially if no one's going to do anything, dude. Dude, where's Chris Hansen at, bro? What's that guy doing right now? Chris Hansen is failing his whole fucking career, in my opinion, right now, dude. Dude, Chris Hansen's the guy to do. If the government's not going to investigate these pedophile billionaires, Chris Hansen needs to amass every YouTube pedophile hunter that exists, and we need to all work together and take these guys down, dude. Dude, everybody who makes it their business to take down pedophiles on the internet or television need to band together and make a task force to find out for real what's being emailed about. They're talking about the Dow Jones, bro. Kash Patel, the ultimate patsy, is just saying, is acting, he's virtue signaling in court because he's not doing his job, and everyone's like, hey, man, I don't think you're doing your job. And he's like, how dare you say that? Because you're not, dude. How dare you say we didn't investigate at all? Well, everyone in the room said you didn't even talk to him, so it seems like you didn't do much investigation. How dare you? It's like, bro, do something, dude. Do something. Dude, could you have any more of a pathetic existence, dude? He fully was like, Jeffrey Epstein is a pedophile, and all those billionaires are as well, and we need the files out here. And then literally he gets hired to be a patsy. He gets hired to be the guy who was really all about that shit, to lie and be like, actually, it's all fake. And he did it, dude. He did it hook, line, and sinker, bro. Like, he sold out big time, dude. Dude, it's so funny because I feel like there's been a long time with the internet. In the age of the internet and new media, there's been a long while where it's like people were making money however they could, and it wasn't that big of a deal. It's like, oh, you're doing an ad for this on your podcast? Who gives a fuck? Oh, you're talking about this for some money? Who gives a fuck? You're your own independent entity, and it's fine. But now I like how we're finally finding out, no, you can still sell the fuck out, dude. It started with the Saudi Arabia comedy festival. It was like, goddamn, dude, what is going on here? Why are you guys doing this, dude? I don't think it's worth the bag, dude. And the grifting, dude. The grifting is the new sellout. There's all these people, I don't know who they get paid by, but there's a lot of people saying the same things, and it's like, I feel like you're being fed those lines somewhere, dude. People fully paid by Russia, dude, being like, well, we didn't, we get paid by a lot of people. We didn't really realize that was Russia. It's like, what, dude? And then people still listen to them and watch their shit, and it's like, what? What are we doing, dude? Let's not support those guys, bro. That doesn't make any sense. It's funny, bro. It's funny. It's good, though. I think it's ultimately good. It's good that we've reached a point where we can be like, nah, fuck that shit. Because for a long time it was like, nah, it's fine. He's getting the bag, dude. It's fine. Whatever. Get the money. You're an independent thinker. And then all of a sudden, a lot of independent thinkers became very, very, very unindependent thinkers, dude. The independent thinkers became a collective of the same exact ideas, and everything became less interesting and more obvious. And now it's like, nah, we're good. Fuck that shit. We're not that stupid, dude. That's how I feel constantly these days. I can see what's happening, dude. The whole Bad Bunny Super Bowl, bro, no one cares that much, one way or the other. No one cares that much. Nobody does, dude. Dude, all of that anger at Bad Bunny is just people who are like, they're like, I can't, I'm so mad that my president is a pedophile, but I can't. Allegedly, I'm so mad that my president is allegedly a pedophile. I'm so mad that my president was big time good friends with a pedophile for a long time and appears way too much in those emails. But I can't accept that I voted for that guy. So fuck this Puerto Rican guy. That's what it feels like to me. I don't think people actually hate Bad Bunny like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are definitely people who are like very angry about the Super Bowl, but there were a lot of people who were like jumping onto that trend, and they don't give a fuck, dude. There was a clip of Logan Paul being like, someone was like, how do you feel about the Super Bowl? And Logan Paul was like, not watching it, or I don't like it. He said some shit negative towards it, and then next thing you know, he's like, actually, I like it. It's like, come on, dude. I'd say 98% of the chatter about the Super Bowl was just people trying to cope with the fact that like it's all over. And I'm not talking about it's like it's all over for it's no longer like a one side thing, dude. It's all over for the political system we've created, dude. We gotta figure this shit out, dude. There's people from all sides of the aisle doing horrible stuff in these files. Like I said earlier, we need to reset. We need to really figure out what the fuck to do. What are we gonna just keep going? Just keep going? Just another guy is going to be a nominee for president who is in those like, no, dude. Everybody in there needs to be investigated and we need to find out whether or not we can like see them in the public eye anymore. It's crazy, dude. It's no good. But bro, I bought Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell, and I bought flowers. That's what I did for Valentine's Day yesterday. Okay? It was like $120 to do that. Okay? I'm spending $120 for fast food and flowers while every public billionaire we know is very likely fucking kids. That we need to fix that. we need to make it so that normal people aren't spending all of their money on things that should be very affordable, while the people with all of the money are destroying the youth of our nation. I think probably it'd be a good idea if we changed that's a thing happening. But what do I know, bro? I'm just a kid, dude. I'm just a 32-year-old child, bro. What do I know, dude? I don't know shit. I don't know, man. Anyway, Valentine's Day is cool. Trying to figure out how to transition into the other topics. It's hard to talk about anything else, bro. It's like what's on. It's all you want to talk about because it's so big, dude. It's crazy when people aren't talking about it because you're like, shouldn't this be changing everything in society? Shouldn't this be like changing the United States as we know it, dude? Like what? I don't know. Hopefully something good happens. Hopefully CoffeeZilla doesn't shut up, dude. CoffeeZilla, dude. Dude, CoffeeZilla needs to find Chris Hansen and every YouTube pedophile hunter, and you need to create a task force. Coffee, you'll spearhead it, dude. You'll be the mastermind who creates all the plans, all the investigative plans to try and put our country right, dude. This is the point we're at, bro. The YouTubers need to we need a pedophile YouTube Avengers to stamp out these horrible people in America. That's just what we got to do, dude. We got to do it. It's the only way. It's the only way, bro. We need Chris Hansen and Vitaly to team up with CoffeeZilla to take them all out, bro. We're so fucked, dude. Anyway, love is cool. Valentine's Day is cool, dude. Yeah. Let's go back to Valentine's Day stuff, dude. Dude, in your life, dude, this will happen to you, and it's okay. I want to tell you it's okay. It's happened to me more than once in my life. And it's the type of thing that, like, as I get older, I'm like, dude, it's so hard to, like, warn people shit that will happen to them. Because most of the time, like, everything that was told to me that will happen to me happened anyway. Because you don't listen until it happens to you. Like, you just don't give a fuck or think it will actually happen to you until it does. Like, someone could tell you to eat correctly all you want, but until the food hurts your body, you're not going to do it. So it's like, there's a thing that happens in your life where you fall deeply in love with someone who isn't going to like you at all, dude. You might become friends, you might become really close, but inevitably, when feelings are revealed or even not revealed, it'll become evident that, like, they don't want to fuck with you like that. And it's so devastating for the person who likes the other person. And then what will happen after that is the person you really fuck with, who you get along with, but they just don't want to be with you, they will end up being with and fucking with somebody who sucks so much, dude. Who's like the worst person. And everyone you know will be like, what? They picked them over you? Like, what the hell? And it's hard to stomach that. But what you gotta know is, some people just want to be with people who fucking suck. They do. They just want to be with somebody who will treat them really good in certain ways and mostly awful in every other way. And in those moments, you'll be like, what the fuck? Why would she want to be with a guy like that? And I need you, or you might be a woman being like, why is he with a girl like that? What I want you to know as that person is, you can you think you can't understand why the person you are in love with wants to be with someone who sucks instead of you. You think you don't understand it, but you just got to look inward and look at her and realize, oh, she sucks too. The same exact reasons she likes him is the same reason I like her, dude. It just is what it is, dude. Most people who suck end up with other people who suck. It doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes there are people who are just in situations where they're like dating someone awful and they're great, but most of the times people often date people who there's a lot of mutual destruction that happens in relationships that I feel like are not talked about enough. Valentine, dude, these wooden doors, dude. The door to my apartment is thin as fuck. Literally, you can hear anything in the hallway. I'm always like, dude, people are just hearing this podcast in the hallway. They're just hearing me shout about pedophilia over and over again. Dude, if stuff does not get pushed because you bring up pedophiles, dude, this podcast will never see the light of day, dude. I mean, it's going to be on the YouTube channel, but it's not going to go out to anybody. The algorithm is going to be like, hey, you're saying that word, and you got to say, instead you got to say PDF file. Dude, I fucking hate that term, PDF file. It's so stupid, dude. Dude, it's like honestly, it feels like a weird way to like cover up that people are doing fucked up shit. Is to be like, hey, guess what? You don't say the words that people are doing. Say a weird, cuter word so that people are like, wait, what does that mean though? It seems like a soft way to protect terrible people, in my opinion. But yeah, dude, just remember she sucks, dude. She sucks, he sucks. Find someone who doesn't suck, dude. Dude, there's so much of early love. Dude, that's why Eternity was so good. Because it was all about, like, what I've recently been thinking about love. And it's like, in the beginning of your life, you're so searching to match that first feeling you had of it. And as you get older, you realize that's crazy, dude. When you get older, you realize, like, the first time you were in love is the most intense drug ever put into your brain chemistry. To try and find that again is literally impossible. And your first love is skewed because the feeling of love is so overwhelming and amazing that it clouds the actual relationship you had with somebody. The fact that you both decided to love you both decided to share that intense feeling with each other for the first time destroys the reality of your relationship in a way that, like, will always make you be like, fuck, I want that moment again. But it's like, you just want that feeling again, and you can't do heroin for the first time again, dude. You get to do heroin once, and it's amazing, and you can't chase heroin. You can't chase that first feeling because all you'll end up doing is ODing, dude. Dude, if you keep trying to do heroin, dude, heroin will kill you. And that's very much, if you keep trying to find that crazy feeling, it's going to be for people who might not, because a lot of times it's like love is not just your feeling for someone, it's the mutual feeling for each other. So sometimes you have that heroin feeling for someone else. They don't have it for you. And if you try and pursue that heroin, it's going to hurt you badly, dude. So just fucking smoke some weed, dude. Find the love version of weed. And you'll always be high and you'll always feel good and you will live a long, happy life. But if you keep trying to get that needle in your arm, dude, you're going to be so sad that that you'll never want to try another drug again, dude. Because you can't be sober from love, dude. I mean, some people are sober from love, but that's stupid, dude. You got to have some sort of love drug in your system. The drug of love is like the whole point we live. I think that's like when people talk about like the meaning to life. I think it's just like loving and caring about people. But like I said, dude, what do I know? I'm just a kid, bro. Anyway, that's it for the pod. It's about to go out in 5 seconds. The camera's about to turn off, but before it does, I just wanted to say, God damn, I thought I turned that off. Anyway, before the camera goes out, just wanted to say thank you so much for listening. Dude, let's make the world a better place, dude. Let's make it a more fun, better, less expensive place. Yeah, dude. Thank you so much for listening. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.